Hello, this is Friday's News. Thanks for joining us. In this edition, work begins to follow 48.1 million kina. LLG polling goes ahead as scheduled. And NRL Premiership Trophy arrives tomorrow. Following the sentencing of the former Deputy Secretary of Finance Jacob Yafai to 22 years in prison, Police Minister Peter Siamalili Jr. said it is now time to follow the money trail, saying the conviction of Yafai is not the end of this case. Instead, it is the beginning of a full-scale financial recovery operation with the Asset Refrained and Recovery Group directed to pursue all assets linked to the 41.8 million kina.
Police Minister Peter Siamalili Jr. in a statement commended the National Court, the Royal PNG Constabulary and the Office of the Public Prosecutor for the steadfast work leading to the conviction of former Deputy Finance Secretary Jacob Yafai, describing the decision as a landmark moment for justice and accountability in PNG. He said the court's conviction has now provided the legal foundation and momentum for police to start tracing the 41.8 million kina, marking the start of a broader money trail investigation that will extend as far back as necessary, even over the past decade. The minister confirmed that Police Commissioner David Manning has directed the Asset Restraint and Recovery Working, or ARROW Group, to immediately pursue all assets linked to the stolen funds, including those transferred either or laundered through associates. He warned that white-collar crime is not victimless, stressing that every kina stolen from government accounts deprives Papua New Guineans of essential services and life-saving programs. He added that the conviction of Yafai gives confidence that the system works and is empowering police to recover what was stolen, not just from this case but from years past. The ARROW Group includes financial and legal experts from the Bank of Papua New Guinea's Financial Analysis and Supervision Unit, the RPNGC National Fraud and Anti-Corruption Directorate, and the Office of the Public Prosecutor. Minister Siamalili reaffirmed the government's stance on corruption, stating that the successful conviction represents a turning point in the fight to restore trust and accountability in public institutions. Ruth Rungula, TVWAN News.
Meantime, Prime Minister James Marape has commanded the Minister for Police Peter Siamalili Jr., Police Commissioner David Manning and RPNGC for their decisive action following the conviction of Jacob Yafai. He emphasized that this case must mark the beginning of a broader, sustained financial investigation into all suspicious government payments, not only within the Finance Department, but across public offices, desiring a country where people should earn honestly and not abuse their offices or squander government funds. The Prime Minister also cautioned against delays, warning that financial evidence becomes harder to trace over time. Policing for the long-delayed local-level government elections is now set to start tomorrow, Saturday, 25th October. But because this date falls on a weekend, polls will officially commence on Monday, 27th October 2025. Electoral Commissioner Simon Sinai confirmed that all polling kits and ballot papers have been dispatched to all provinces. This year's LLG polling will see two different methods being used, where all Highlands provinces and Morobe province will vote for their ward members, while the rest of PNG will vote for both ward members and presidents.
The polling period for the much-anticipated LLG elections begins tomorrow and ends on November 10th, 2025. But because Saturday and Sunday are considered as time for resting, polling teams will officially start polling on Monday, 27th October 2025. Electoral Commissioner Simon Sinai said provinces have a choice to decide when to commence polling as long as it fits within the polling schedule. He is satisfied with the preparations so far, confirming all polling materials have been distributed and provincial electoral staff have further sorted and distributed the materials according to the number of polling teams in their provinces. Sinai also confirmed that all provinces have conducted the second and third tier trainings for polling and counting officials ready to hit the ground running, with a decision made for all Highlands provinces and Morobe to vote only for their ward councillors. Voters in these provinces will receive a single ballot paper to vote for the candidate for the word only and will have one-day polling. LLG presidents for these provinces will be elected by the councillors at the LLG chambers. For the other 14 provinces, 2 ballot papers will be issued to voters, one for the ward member and one for the LLG president, where voters will vote directly for the president. Mr. Sinai thanked all provincial administrators and their provincial election advisory committees for working together with their provincial electoral staff to deliver this constitutionally sanctioned event. Ruth Rungala, TVWAN News.
The Madang Electoral Office is set to conduct the LLG polling come Monday, 27th October 2025. According to Election Manager Sponsor Navi, all materials have been deployed to all locations during the deferral period, with Simbai and Kovon LLG in Middle Ramu districts to receive theirs over the weekend.
Mr. Navi anticipates a smooth 14 days of polling, only indicating a delay if unforeseen circumstances such as weather disrupts the confirmed schedule as set by the Department of Provincial and Local Level Affairs. As this polling is at a smaller scale, the Electoral Office will not be utilizing chopper deployment due to limited funding. The office was given 1.1 million from the Electoral Commission and a counterpart funding of 800,000 kina from the provincial government.
Elections. So in total, like we are looking at about around 3 million to run the election. We are not using any like helicopter or it's not like the national elections where we have a lot of money. Now it's not that much, but we can only charter plane to just to drop off only. No more insertion and exertion of teams because we don't have money for the helicopter hire and all that. So people will have, our teams will need to walk to their polling sites. So it will take a while, yes.
Mr. Navi added that Madang being one of the provinces where LLG presidents will be voted by the people, counting will be done at designated district stations.
The counting will be at the main like district headquarters or that's for the presidency. So we are conducting the ward member seat, council seat, and then also the presidency.
Provincial Police Commander Acting Superintendent Robert Baim said his command is ready to take on the LLG elections.
Our operations orders are all in order and we are just waiting for the funds to be released from police headquarters to fund the operations. We are not looking at getting many IR cars, we are looking at using our own resources that we have, meaning that whatever limited resources that we have, we will make use of it, and manpower that we have, we will make use of it, meaning that we will prioritize those areas that is so risky for the polling officers to go by themselves, that we will beef up the security to ensure that the polling goes smoothly.
He indicated that despite a budget of 25 million kina being allocated for police operations during the LLG elections nationwide, they have yet to receive their portion from the headquarters. Michael Tamtipais, TV1 News.
Papua New Guinea is taking a major step towards cleaner, more affordable energy. PNG Power and Trans Wonderland Limited have signed a partnership aimed at reducing diesel reliance and powering communities more sustainably. Our reporter Carol Kidd Jr. brings us the story.
PNG Power Limited and Trans Wonderland Energy Venture have signed a memorandum of understanding to collaborate on improving energy supply and infrastructure across Papua New Guinea. The 3-year agreement outlines plans to share information, align development strategies, and explore cleaner energy options, including renewable and hybrid systems. A pilot project under the MOU will deliver liquefied petroleum gas to Daru, Kerama, and Alotau, while liquefied natural gas will support power generation at Kanuri and Moitaka stations. The initiative aims to reduce dependence on diesel and pave the way for long-term gas supply agreements. PNG Power CEO Paul Bailey said, "The signing of this MOU marks a significant step towards providing more affordable fuel to our communities. By utilizing a domestic energy product, we can achieve a cheaper tariff, ultimately delivering tangible benefits to all Papua New Guineans." Under the MOU, PNG Power will provide data on electricity demand and grid capacity, while Trans Wonderland will share gas field development plans and explore ways to support power generation. Both parties will also study renewable options to improve reliability and reduce carbon emissions. This partnership represents a significant step towards affordable, reliable, and sustainable energy that will benefit communities across PNG, particularly those relying on thermal power generation. The non-binding MOU will remain in effect for 3 years, with annual reviews to track progress on the pilot project and other initiatives, a promising partnership aiming to bring cleaner energy and lower electricity costs to communities across Papua New Guinea. I'm Carol Kidu Jr., TV1 News.
This is TV1 News. After the break, invest in children and UK supports tree kangaroo conservation.
Banking doesn't have to be complicated. With PSP's One Talk Wallet, control your money wherever, whenever. Dial *131#, enter your PIN, select cash in or out, and generate a secure code to withdraw cash. It's the only wallet for cardless ATM withdrawals. Send and receive funds, pay for goods and bills, or withdraw cash with ease. All with PSP's One Talk Wallet. PSP's One Talk Wallet. Money made easy. Dial *131# today.
From the rich soils of the highlands, the finest coffee has been grown by generations of Papua New Guineans. Expertly blended and roasted with over 80 years of experience, making the finest cup of Nescafe New Guinea blend. PNG's own coffee.
Introducing the 8th generation unbreakable recreational Hilux double cab look, featuring new look trapezoid grille, front and rear LED and fog lights, backup assist monitor, keyless entry start-stop button, a 2.8-liter 6-speed automatic, improved fuel efficiency injection diesel, luxury interior, touchscreen sound system, tough yet comfortable, perfect for town and country fleet vehicles. The 8th generation tough and recreational Hilux, available now at Ella Motors, unbreakable Hilux.
PNG's favorite soft drink now in bottles. Goldspot brings you fresh, bold flavors in brand new 500ml bottles. Taste the rainbow. More freshness, more flavor, more fun. Lime, orange, raspberry, and pineapple. Proudly made in PNG. Proudly Goldspot.
For Simon, life is simple. Dreams seem distant, yet hope remains. One ticket, one dream. Simon's world changed forever. Yes! From small dreams to big possibilities. One Talk Jackpot is here for everyone. Win big every day.
Show the dishes who's boss. Fight mess with Axion, the tough grease stripper. 100% effective at doing the dirty work. The triple active power breaks down tough grease, and its antibacterial formula leaves dishes squeaky clean. Get tough on grease. Get Axion.
She's allowed to run, getting into full flight. Here's Mariner, throws the dummy, scores the try. Vanilla Blake, Vanilla Blake, Vanilla Blake.
Welcome back. UNICEF Regional Director for East Asia and Pacific, June Kunigi, has called for renewed leadership and investment in the country's children to ensure no child is left behind in the next 50 years. She observed that though Papua New Guinea has made important progress over the past 5 decades, too many children are still being left behind.
Kunugi said PNG is falling behind its neighbors across Asia and the Pacific on multiple fronts, crucial for child survival in education and protection. She reiterated that while government leadership is critical, lasting progress requires strong coordinated action across communities, civil society, key stakeholders, and the private sector. She commended the government for establishing the Parliamentary Committee on Youth and Children, calling it a key milestone towards renewing national dialogue and placing children at the heart of PNG's development agenda. She also acknowledged significant progress in strengthening the country's immunization program, notably through major rehabilitation of the cold chain system in health facilities, increased financing for immunization, and enhanced service delivery capacities. Kunugi highlighted sobering data and trends that continue to threaten the potential of the country's children. They include low immunization coverage, child malnutrition, unequal access to quality education, and violence and abuse being normalized. Frida Kana, TVWAN News.
Remote communities in Oro and central provinces are set to benefit from clean, reliable electricity under a new solar mini-grid project. The initiative, led by the Kokoda Trek Foundation and funded by the Australian government through Renew Pacific, aims to transform healthcare and education services in some of Papua New Guinea's most isolated areas. The project will install solar systems at Sanadana Aid Post, which serves over 7,000 patients each year, and the Mount Koyari Food Center, the region's first secondary school of its kind, with around 50 students enrolled. These mini-grids will power medical equipment, vaccine storage, classrooms, digital learning tools, and satellite internet, improving access to essential services. The Australian government has now invested over 80 million kina in off-grid renewable energy in Papua New Guinea under its broader climate and infrastructure partnership in the Pacific. The Malahang Industrial Center in Lae, Morobe Province has celebrated the renovation of its main office and the installation of a new standby generator to power the entire zone. Minister for Commerce and Industry, Win Bakri Daki, was in Lae yesterday to officiate at the event.
The long-neglected Malahang Industrial Center in Lae, Morobe Province is slowly being upgraded under the leadership of the Minister for Commerce and Industry, Win Bakri Daki. Minister Daki, who travelled to Lae on the morning of Thursday, October 23rd, outlined that 2 million kina was allocated to each of the commercial statutory authorities under the Commerce and Industry Department, such as the Investment Promotion Authority, the Industrial Centre Development Corporation, the National Institute of Standards and Industrial Technology, and Small and Medium Enterprises Corporation. The Malahang Industrial Center, which comes under the Industrial Center Development Corporation, used 1.5 million kina to purchase 4 new operational vehicles, bought and installed a 150-volt kVA main administration genset, and refurbished the main administration building.
Miswari manager Blodisla Malang industry you look at this law people and most of the law they work the same country they are the one to create the creating job opportunities cost block price go down creating more goods and services and then instead long people are ordering from another country most of them they are all company there, storage, everything. So, security manager, one them center manager. It's a privilege that we have one car each. So, one car each is for looking after this area, our customers. I'm giving you 150-seater for your staff. Your movements. I live in Mereng, I live in Lake. I know what is Malang way is Malang. And they need to move in and out freely from in the afternoon and in the morning. A good dump truck there. That's for the rubbish. Any rubbish that any industry they left out, or we need to pick it up. We need to dump them. So we need a dump truck. I think you have a first time in your history to have a dump truck.
The manager of Malahang Industrial Center, Catherine Wari, highlighted that they managed to fix the industrial center within 16 months. Aside from the assets that were launched, a 1.8-kilometer ring road is being constructed within the center, with a completion rate at 75%. Solar streetlights will be installed in the center along with 12 water tanks for tenants. Current title holders in MIC are being urged to develop their vacant land before their titles are revoked. Carol Kidu Jr., TVWAN News.
A woman from Anga Province has earned national recognition for turning compassion into action, transforming lives across her community. Delcy Kaspanik was honored with the 2025 Westpac Outstanding Women Award in the not-for-profit category for her dedication to empowering women, girls and people living with disabilities. Through her organizations, Kun Women Association and Sirunki Disability and Marginalized Community, Inc., Delcy provides education support, mobility equipment, and mentoring for survivors of violence. Westpac PNG Board Chairwoman Tamzin Wadley described her as a true leader, creating lasting community solutions. Delcy now plans to build a community hall and disability care center in Sirunki to promote safety, inclusion, and dignity for all. The Tree Kangaroo Conservation Program, or TKCP, has received a significant grant from the UK government's Darwin initiative. This funding will support the program's vital mission in Papua New Guinea to conserve wildlife and habitats, while also supporting the livelihoods of local communities.
This funding is specifically aimed at protecting forest and biodiversity in Papua New Guinea, including the endangered Metis tree kangaroo. It is expected to benefit over 50 remote villages within the 162,000 hectare of use conservation area in Kabum district of Morobe province. TKCP Executive Director Modi Pontiu highlighted that the main goal of the Darwin Initiative grant is to strengthen the ability of customary landowner groups, government and non-government stakeholders to effectively manage the use conservation area. Over the next 2 years, the project will provide training and guidance to local elected representatives and community leaders. This will enable them to create their own department plans for the conservation area through a collaborative process. The KCP will offer continuous training and mentorship to various local committees and organizations. By focusing on building the capacity of local leaders and landowners, the project aims to improve the management of the protected area, encouraging greater environment involvement and accountability. The KCP is also working with PNG's Department of Provincial and Local Level Government Affairs to refine the integrated plan for conservation and development within use. The British High Commissioner to Papua New Guinea, Anne Macro, welcomed the return of the Darwin Initiative to PNG. She stated that these grants help low and middle-income countries protect their biodiversity, reduce poverty, and tackle climate change. Michael Tamtipais, TVWAN News.
And now a look at the finance news. The kina closed changed at $0.2377 in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, our kina was buying $0.2302, $0.3507 Australian dollars, 0.1901 euro, and 34.82 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York close, gold, cocoa, copra, and crude oil closed higher. Coffee and copper closed lower, and palm oil closed the day unchanged. And on the stock market, the Dow Jones closed higher, the ASX closed lower, and all ordinaries closed lower as well. You are watching TV1 News. When we come back, we'll have news overseas. Stay with us.
For too long, banking has felt out of reach for many. But now, PSP's One-Took Wallet is here to change that. Send and receive money, pay bills, and top up. It's your money, wherever, whenever. Because at PSP, we are committed to improving how our customers connect to our One-Talks, to our family, to the ones we love. PSP's One-Took Wallet. Money made easy. Dial *131# for everyone.
Magic Golden Ticket Promotion come back. Now by Pennies long 30th November 2025. Pioneer Magic Golden Ticket block you, long winning share block 500,000 kina inside long packet magic chicken or beef noodles. All prizes start 50,000 kina, 20,000 kina, 1,000 kina, na 500 kina. Open packet block magic noodles na Pioneer Golden Ticket long come up winner. No can wait. Buy magic noodles now.
Rumi messing with your game. Time to sweep him out of the room. Oh, or maybe not.
Bing bang ding, ding ding dong, bum bum.
Curly, straight, soft, wavy, afro, short, long, healthy. Palmolive Naturals for naturally beautiful hair.
It's formula infused with extracts like coconut oil, aloe vera and avocado to enhance your hair's natural beauty, giving you naturally beautiful hair that always looks gorgeous and smells great throughout the day. Palmolive Naturals.
Have a great hair day!
The PNG LNG project has now generated more than 30 billion kina for Papua New Guinea since production commenced. Nearly half of this amount has been paid as tax. Equity distributions are paid to KPHL and MRDC based on the interest they hold. Tax is paid to the IRC, while development levies and royalties are paid to DPE. For more information on direct and indirect benefits, visit PNG EITI's website.
For the very first time in Papua New Guinea, Mail Research and Marketing Consultants proudly launched the 5th issue of the Mail Review magazine commemorating PNG's 50th Golden Jubilee independence. 2 volumes, 500 pages each. Volume 1 covers government politics and leadership, while Volume 2 highlights the private sector, state-owned entities as service providers, and NGOs. Together, they cover the period from 1972 to 2025. This 1,000-page collection reflects PNG's 50 years and sets the foundation for the next 50.
Thanks for staying with us. In regional news, a class action lawsuit has this afternoon been filed in the federal court against the Australian Defence Force. It alleges that servicewomen are being subjected to widespread and systemic sexual violence, harassment and discrimination.
This has really been described as a watershed moment for the women of defence, but especially for those that have been the victim of serious sexual violence, harassment, discrimination or bullying while in rank. And that's also because a class action of this size and scope against defence has never been seen before. It's being run on an opt-out basis, and that means that defence will be required to notify all women who have served since November 2003 to May this year, and they will automatically be enrolled in this class action, but can opt out if they feel like they have not been impacted. But certainly the law firm behind this class action, JGA Sadler, anticipates there will be thousands, if not more than 10,000 women who will be part of this class action. It's headed by 4 lead anonymous applicants, and they hail from separate parts of the Australian Defence Force. And some say that they were forcibly groped or kissed. One woman says that her male colleague would repeatedly rub his groin against her so that she could feel his genitals through his clothes. Certainly, the ABC has spoken with many women, current and ex-serving members, whose stories have been harrowing, to say the least. One woman told me that her boss threatened to rape her into submission if she didn't comply with his orders. Another woman said that she overheard a conversation between colleagues where one said that all women were pigs and deserved to be shot. The director of this law firm, Josh Aylwood, said that he's spoken with hundreds of women and their stories have been shocking.
There are stories in the ADF that are the most horrific stories you could actually imagine, like serious sexual violence and sexual assault. And there are women who go to work in the ADF that have serious sexual violence happen to them on more than one occasion. And when they report it, there are some of them that get bashed for reporting it. And this is not ancient history. They get bashed by the perpetrator or bashed by someone else for being a snitch about what happened to them. And like those types of things just still to this day shock me, because how a woman can go to work and that is something they have to worry about just blows my mind.
The ADF says there is no place for sexual violence or misconduct in the Australian Defence Force. It is working to implement strategies, prevention strategies for this. It's also working on educating its members as well. But Ros, certainly this isn't the first time we've heard something like this. Themes like this were repeatedly brought up in the Royal Commission. There's been countless inquiries, reports and investigations, and certainly media reports. And at least for the women that I've spoken with, this class action really couldn't come soon enough. And they're thinking, will this be the catalyst for change in the Defence Force? And if not, what will it take?
Far North Queensland traditional owners are celebrating after the federal court granted them native title to almost 1 million hectares of land in Cape York. The claim covers an area close to where Captain James Cook made landfall in 1770.
Here in Cairns, the final celebrations are being held for the official handing back of land to traditional owners across the Cape York area. Yesterday, celebrations were held in Cooktown as a native title determination was made official for Gugu Yimithirr and Yithuara traditional owners. And here today in Cairns, Wutiti traditional owners are officially having land handed back. Now, this covers around 900,000 kilometres of land around that Cape York area. And people we've spoken to today have said that it has been a monumental day. Traditional owners along that coast were the first to have prolonged contact with Captain James Cook. And they said what followed was years of violence and massacres and displacement of people from that country. We spoke earlier with the Cape York Land Council acting CEO, Richie Armat, who said that this fight has been fought by elders for many, many years, and it is because of that it is quite an emotional day because of the people that couldn't be here to hear this determination. Here's a bit of what he told us earlier.
There's a lot of young kids here who watch the people. There was a lot of young kids yesterday and teenagers. And, you know, the happiness in their faces to know that the elders who fought for these rights have passed down the responsibility to them. And, you know, it is being a black fella. It's incredible how you feel inside when you know, now I've got an opportunity to develop my country.
Now, Mr. Ahmat says that he hopes this determination will mean more prosperity for his people going forward, and it'll mean that there is opportunities for economic development on country, to sustain country and to continue that connection to country as well. And he says it is important to remember that this is land that is being handed back to traditional owners and land that was stolen during colonisation. Now, people here today say that they hope that this will mostly be beneficial for future generations as they move forward and go and continue that connection to country along that Cape York region.
In the wake of increasingly dire climate change forecasts, cities and towns across the country are being asked to rapidly cool down urban environments. But experts warn climate adaptation is so far not keeping pace with climate change, and its Northern Australian residents who are being hit hardest.
Park runs in northern WA start early to beat the heat. At 7:45 in Karratha, it's already 30 degrees.
Well, this guy actually had to shave his head because he wasn't dealing with the heat. So,
Yeah.
You know, that was...
But individual responses aren't enough.
Look around, there's no trees or any shade anywhere. You can't avoid the sun, which is not good for people of my skin complexion.
Karratha Mayor Dan Scott acknowledges the Pilbara can be uncomfortable. Even on a cool day, the surface temperature of the asphalt in this car park is almost 50 degrees.
From now on, every sort of public infrastructure project that we deliver that is outside, we ensure that it's budgeted to include shade.
Most cities use green and blue spaces to mitigate climate change. The natural heat sinks cool down temperatures, but maintaining these spaces requires lots of water, which is scarce in semi-arid regions like the Pilbara. Further north in the tropics, extreme weather has complicated climate adaptation. Darwin lost hundreds of trees in Cyclone Marcus in 2018.
There was a huge reduction in trees. Of about 30% of our canopy cover was reduced. We're at around 35, 36%, and it went down to 24%.
Experts say a failure to adapt effectively in the north could have catastrophic social consequences, but a lot can be done at relatively low cost. More shade and buildings made out of cool, reflective materials could reduce daily maximum temperatures by up to 10 degrees.
We have the technology to do it. We know how to do it, and we've done it in several parts of the world, you know.
It's now up to decision makers at all levels of government to find ways to apply that technology where it's needed most.
New figures show it's taken longer than ever to build a home in New South Wales, with approval and completion times consistently quicker the decade before the pandemic. With chronic labour shortages plaguing this sector, migrants and women have been touted as the solution.
It's another day on the tools for Candice Arnell. At 40 years old, she switched careers from retail to carpentry, bringing with her a unique set of qualities.
We are more risk averse, so we're going to consider safety in our environment. That's just how we are. We walk through life thinking about our own safety.
Bronte Ryan was studying nursing when she also had a change of heart.
Mum was always like, someone should be a carpenter, like she likes stuff done around the house. And I was like, you know what, I'll give it a go.
As build times blow out statewide, it's women like this the construction industry is trying to attract.
We need more boots on the ground if we're going to build more houses. That's just simple arithmetic.
The latest figures show the time it takes to build a new home in New South Wales hasn't recovered since the pandemic. For a detached house, it now takes on average 12 months to complete a new build, compared to 9 months a decade before. And for apartment complexes, you can expect to wait 3 years, compared to 2 years before the pandemic. In September, the state government passed legislation designed to cut red tape. But with that not due to come into effect for some time, women and migrant workers are being touted as the solution.
There's a huge opportunity there. You just need to tap into and start working with them, upskill and see what is needed.
Only 13% of the sector is made up of women. To boost those numbers, workers say flexible work hours should be offered.
Doing just the 4-day work week, that would be so much easier than trying to secure the extra days of daycare.
Smashing the gyprock ceiling one nail at a time.
This is TV1 News. Next in sports, NRL Premiership Trophy visits PNG and Lay Tennis Club prepares for PNG Junior Open.
Are you ready to meet the best version of yourself? The one with the bright, confident smile? You've got to take pride in how good you look, how fresh your breath smells, and how great you feel. To boss it at work, to be your best for uni, or to catch the eye of that special someone. You've got to brush up your vibe with whiter, healthier, brighter teeth. Brush up for confidence with Colgate.
Long year 2024, 7 pla baby I born one time HIV. HIV ikan go long baby long triple rot. Time bel mama ikat HIV, long time long karim baby, na time baby isusu. Tasol yumi can help him bel mama, long look out him baby inside long bell. Go quick time long bell mama clinic, na kiss him antenatal check. Time yumi pan him sick HIV area, o time bell mama I positive penis, early treatment I can save him baby. Give him baby healthy start long life. Stop him spread long sick HIV ego long baby. This latok sawa ikam long National AIDS Council Secretariat.
Enjoying life when we work together, making happy memories that last forever. Hot in talk, young or old, let's calories, family meal with home. We'll bring out the smiles cause it's our favorite for minds. Sandy sick, let's get rise, don't scare price. Sandy sick, let's get rise, don't scare price. Amber, you like it?
100% proudly PNG-owned Tassian Group would like to wish you and your loved ones a beautiful Golden Jubilee 50th Independence. Thank you for being a valued part of our community. Let's continue the journey for another 50 years together. Proudly PNG.
Meet YumiPay, your digital wallet from TISA Bank. Your gateway to seamless transactions. Withdraw cash anytime at your nearest TISA agent. Send money to family and friends anytime, anywhere. Top up and pay with just a scan. From taxis to coffee and small businesses, YumiPay makes every payment simple. YumiPay, powered by TISA Bank.
Welcome back. Papua New Guinea will this weekend welcome Brisbane Broncos Premiership winning captain Adam Reynolds, star playmaker Ben Hunt, and grand final hero Ezra Mam as they bring the NRL Premiership Trophy to PNG for a 3-day community engagement tour.
NRL Premiers, the Brisbane Broncos.
The visit is part of the Broncos Pacific Outreach and People-to-People Engagement Program in partnership with the PNG Rugby Football League and the PNG 50th anniversary. According to the tentative program, the players and the Premiership-winning Broncos women's team will attend the Kumuls vs Cook Islands Test match in Port Moresby on Saturday, 25th October 2025, joining fans to celebrate rugby league, the nation's most loved sport. On Sunday, 26 October 2025, the delegation will travel to Tari for a 3-hour community engagement with youth and local rugby programs. The team will then visit Mount Hagen and Goroka before returning to Port Moresby that evening. On Monday, 27 October 2025, they will run coaching clinics in selected National Capital District schools, sharing their skills and experiences with young aspiring players before returning to Brisbane later that day. This visit underscores the deep cultural and sporting connection between Papua New Guinea and Australia and celebrates rugby league as a bridge of friendship, discipline and national pride. Carol Kidu Jr., TV1 Sports.
Zach Laibart is back in the PNG Kumuls colours, having made his return to the North Queensland Cowboys in May 2025 after recovering from an ALC injury. He has been playing in the Cowboys centre position since his return and is looking forward to representing the PNG Kumuls again this year after sitting out the 2024 Pacific Championships.
Zach has been named in the centres for the Kumuls in his return International Rugby League tourney and will play alongside fellow Cowboy Robert Debbie. Kumuls coach Jason Demetrio has picked the Cowboys centre winger combo in Zach and Debbie for the Kumuls' first hit-out against the Cook Islands in Week 2 of the Pac Champs tomorrow. Zach expressed great excitement to be back in the Kumuls camp after missing out last year.
Yeah, it's been awesome. Obviously, I missed last year's Pacific Champs, but being back in camp is awesome, and I love being in this country, and I love being in Port Moresby.
Commenting on the Kumuls' preparation towards this weekend's game against the Cooks, he said the boys are looking forward to bringing their own energy to the field on Saturday. Zach is also excited for the young boys coming through this year, which he says is awesome for the national team.
Yeah, it's awesome. I was only the young guy a couple of years ago, so it's awesome to see these young guys coming through, and it'll be great to get them out here tomorrow and showcase what they got.
Zach would be using this year's Pac Champs as a building block to get his best form back.
I had a rocky season, but it's been good back end of the year. We ended the year good, and hopefully we can carry a few of these wins into the Cowboys next year, and that'll be good.
Zach will be missing his big brother Kyle, who announced his retirement, but he'll always be there supporting him. Zach last represented the Kumuls in 2023, playing a key role in the Pacific Bowl Championship win against Fiji Bati. Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
Castleford Tigers and PNG Kumuls prop forward Sylvester Namo is not taking the Cook Islands I2 lightly. He said the I2 have some NRL experience in their lineup and they will put in a competitive performance. The Kumuls forward praised the inclusion of young guns in Gairavoro and Finley Glare, who will be joining Lachlan Lamb in the playmaking department. He said losing Kyle Laibart to retirement is a huge loss for the team, as Kyle and Loki had been the Kumuls half pairing for the last few years. However, Namo is confident young Gairo and Finley can do the job as Kumuls look to defend their title as Pacific Bowl champions.
Last year, what is what's happened? Yeah, I think the boys are coming and they fit perfectly. With the help of Loki, I think they're going to be doing their best on the weekend. Yeah. I don't have expectation, but just to build ourselves as a team, our bond and our preparation towards the game on the weekend. We have the ball, so we're trying to get back to it. We don't want them to take it away from us. Looking forward for the weekend.
Tonga women's side Mata Mahatma are ready to hit the ground running when they face off against Polynesian neighbours Cook Islands Moana in Week 2 of the Pacific Championships Bowl Challenge at the National Football Stadium, Port Moresby. The appointment of Meg Ward as the new Tongan coach is a timely boost for the team as they prepare for Saturday's challenge.
At today's captain's run, Coach Meg Ward was full of excitement and blown away by the energy and vibe her girls displayed throughout the session. Meg, a former Australian international and Brisbane Broncos player, is an experienced Tongan Australian forward, former NRLW star and international representative for Australia and Tonga.
Yeah, I'm so excited. Honestly, I couldn't be more proud of these girls. We've had such a good week. We've really got to get around the culture, which has been awesome, and I'm just so grateful to not only the players but also all the staff that are from Tongan or Tongan backgrounds. They've really welcomed us and made us really feel a part of the group, and I think just all round we've connected as staff and players, and I think we're in for a really good campaign, so I'm really proud of the group.
Coach Mag was proud of the enthusiasm and energy in the group and being fresh going into the tournament for the first time.
Yeah, it's a really good energy. It's a really good vibe. I mean, we're week 1, so we're probably a bit fresher. But yeah, it's a really, like I was saying, the way our wellbeing cultural manager, Nomi, has gotten us around the group, gotten us connected to the culture, made us all embrace it. It's been awesome. I think the girls are really thriving off it.
Interestingly, Mag also shared her experience with the PNG Orchids at the last Rugby League World Cup in England.
I was very fortunate to be a part of the World Cup campaign with them over in England, and it was really successful, and I can see the growth in PNG, and it's so exciting. And I know they're under Tani Norris at the moment, and she's doing a really good job with them. They've had a couple of rough games, but I really hope they keep their head up because something really beautiful is growing here with the PNG women and their pathways.
On the prospects of tomorrow's clash against the Cook Islands, Mag was excited about having the wealth of young talent and the luxury of NRLW experience in her side, led by Captain Natasha Penitani, younger sister of New South Wales star Tiana Penitani.
We're very, very lucky to have such a strong group of women that I'm so excited to watch go out on that footy field tomorrow night. So,
Terry Longwood, TVWAN Sports.
Gold Coast Titan Centre in the Women's NRL, Natasha Penitani, will be leading the Tonga women's team against Cook Islands Moana tomorrow at the Santos National Football Stadium, Port Moresby. Both Tonga and Cook Island teams have some NRLW big-name players lined up for the match. Having played for West Tigers and Gold Coast Titans NRLW teams, Natasha Penitani has brought a wealth of experience to the Tongan team. She's been a leader in the team since pledging her allegiance to Tonga in 2023. She leads the Tongan women team for an all-important clash against Cook Islands that comes off the back of a convincing victory over PNG Orchids last weekend. Both Tonga and Cook Islands have assembled strong teams with most of their players playing in the NRLW. Penitani, who is leading a star-studded Tongan outfit, has expressed respect for the opposition and placing emphasis on their own performance on the field tomorrow if they are to win the game.
Preparation is well and truly underway. We definitely hit the ground running. Absolutely, it definitely will be a great test, but the focus is definitely on ourselves. We've got a lot to prove this time around, especially off the back of last year's loss against Samoa. So we've got a lot to prove within ourselves, and we believe that we can get the job done.
For Natasha, this is her first time traveling to Papua New Guinea. She spoke highly of rugby league development in the country, especially women's rugby league. She said there's a lot of talents and PNG will only get better with proper development pathways and programs in place.
I haven't, no, first time to PNG and I'm loving it so far. There's no shortage of talent here, so I know that they'll be extremely successful when the opportunity does arise for them to have both an NRL and an NRLW team.
Thank you, welcome.
On the other hand, Santai Kiria Ratu, who was brilliant in the Moana's victory over Papua New Guinea Orchids, will again lead the team, but against a much stronger opposition, Tonga. This match is sure to be a cracker of a game to set the stage for the main event, PNG Kumuls versus Cook Islands I2. The Tonga-Cook Islands match is expected to bring a lot of rugby league action. Watch this match on TVWAN Sports tomorrow at 1 p.m. Lay Tennis Club has selected its best team for the 2025 KPHL PNG Junior Tennis Open that will be hosted in Port Moresby from November 1st to 2nd. The juniors, who finished number 1 in their respective age groups and divisions, secure their spots in the team. The PNG Junior Tennis Open is expected to see over 20 top junior tennis players, both from Port Moresby and Lay, competing at the Port Moresby's Rackets Club. The Junior Open had received some Australian-based juniors in its previous events and is expecting the same this year. President and coach for Lay Junior Tennis team, Glenn Kabasuk, said every player selected in the team and their sports in the team through local tournament. He said they will represent Lay Tennis Club well at the event next month. The players include Beula Bossi, Joyce Josiah Yuil, Macklin Meninga, Ipai Mate, Cassandra Thomas, Matrus Pataba, Annie Nixon, and Joshua Pirai. Additional juniors joining the team and supported by their parents are Christian Leon Arroyo and Sermili Koi. Kabasuk, who is amongst 4 committee members taking the Lay team to Port Moresby, said the juniors have been training and preparing for the KPHL PNG Juniors Open. He is anticipating a good outing from his team. Meanwhile, the Lay Tennis Club president thanked all corporate sponsors, parents and juniors for contributing in the success of their Lay Tennis tournament and is looking forward to bring the juniors to Port Moresby for the PNG Junior Open. That's it for sports. Now the weather forecast. In regional forecast, southern Port Moresby, mostly fine then possible afternoon showers and thunderstorms. Poponeta, cloudy periods with rain showers and thunderstorms. Mamase, Lay, cloudy periods with rain showers and few possible thunderstorms. Vanimo, cloudy periods with some rain showers and thunderstorms. New Guinea Islands, Kavieng, mostly fine to partly cloudy with few possible showers and thunderstorms. Kokopo Rabaul, partly cloudy with few possible showers and thunderstorms. And Highlands region, Goroka, Bans, Kundiawa, Manditari and Wabeg, mostly cloudy periods with rain showers and possible thunderstorms. Ocean forecast for PNG areas for the next 24 hours. Coral and Solomon Seas, sea slight to moderate with northeast to southeasterly winds of 10 to 20 knots. Bismarck Sea, sea slight with northeast to easterly winds of 5 to 15 knots. Pacific Ocean, seas moderate with east to southeasterly winds of 15 to 20 knots. And coastal waters forecast. Waters of southern PNG Indonesian border to Daru to Kiwai Island, Kerema, Yule Island, Wood Point to Samarai Island, Cape Vogel and all Milne Islands, seas 0.5 to 1.5 meters, rising to 2 meters. And waters of Manus and its western group of islands, seas 1.0 to 2.0 meters. And that ends the news tonight. Have a safe weekend. Good night.
The TVWAN News was proudly brought to you by